Welcome back to another episode of Unmerciful with Zoe. Today on the panel, Aviono Soprano. And I'm introducing him to Tom Macdonald. We haven't really did too much of Tom Macdonald on his behalf, so I'm not sure. Maybe I showed him a show or two, a video. But yeah, we're gonna dive into pretty controversial, if you will, video, America. I really don't think it's too controversial, but it is what it is. So let's get down with the raw reaction.
Let's go.
Lately, USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America. They hate the cops doing their best to take care of us and kneel for the flag and salt the soldiers that we're burying. I'm tired of the pissing and complaining. Why you living in America if all you do is hate it?
Man, that's
already out the gate, huh?
That's a good one.
He's highly opinionated. I see it already.
Yeah, and
I don't think people hate. I just want to say this. I don't think people hate America. I don't think they hate where they're from. I think a lot of this negative energy is coming from recent events, and I think America got a bad reputation. You know, they call this country the melting pot. We got a lot of people from a lot of different countries who could be here and speak on how it is in their country versus how it is in this country. And back to the recent event issue, a lot of things been going on lately to make people not like it. It's different for everybody, for women, for different, for sexes, races, just demographics and statue, where you are in life, middle class, lower class. I want to see the rest of this. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I get what he's saying, because it's kind of like, you go to any other country, you don't have those rights. So the very fact that they're complaining about anything that's here in America is exercising their rights of being in America. So it's like, if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones, man, because we're the only country that has the rights that we have. There's not, you can't go anywhere else. So I do get what you're saying, but on the same sense, man, everybody gets what they put into it in the end. Like, it's 2022, man. We're over all that other shit. There's far more shit that's keeping us back than the shit that we've been for years. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot more shit. But yeah, no, he right out the gate pulls it out. Yeah, I'll let you see the rest.
I'm tired of the pissing and complaining. Why you living in America if all you do is hate it? You think it's brave to take a stand against the nation? Real bravery is dying for the right so you can say it. Dear America, what happened to Americans? Apparently no one's aware or cares that it's embarrassing. It's arrogance. Our greatest enemy was always slavery and terrorists, and now it's people in the country trying to burn the heritage. I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or liberals, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment. If you don't like it, leave. We will not defund police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. He's saying a lot of shit right here, man. Like I said, man, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, man.
He is saying a lot of shit. Okay.
In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you can say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America. Does anybody know what the hell happened to the Patriots? Lately, this nation is so ashamed and hating itself. Did everyone forget that people died to pay for this? Ungratefulness, United States gave everything to you just to help. I just want to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. I don't need your help to understand it was a tragedy. Can I just be thankful for my country eating happily without you trying to guilt me for the genocide and casualties?
And that's crazy too, man. I mean, it gets into the shit. Like, you get criticized for just celebrating some Thanksgiving, man. Like, that's my favorite holiday, man. I love to eat Thanksgiving.
I understand what he's saying. If I was to make a track like this, I would say the similar stuff, and I wouldn't be. I think that he's coming off as being biased. I'm from here. This is my country. Do I like everything about here? No. Would I change some stuff? Yeah. Now that's for a different conversation. And as far as the kneeling go, I've talked to many people over many times about that. Is it disrespect? Some people see it like that. Some people don't see it as disrespect. I mean, the national anthem itself is the history of that song is violent. The bombs bursting in the air. That's a that's a different conversation too. But when I hear the anthem, I take off my hat. I stand up. I show respect like that. But to kneel, I don't necessarily consider that as disrespect. Just pointing out to what he said.
I'm mixed on it. I really probably I'm mixed with it because I don't really see it like I see it as disrespect, but like again, like he says in the song, our freedom in America gives you the right to do that if you see
there
fit.
You go.
So
there you go.
I get that it may be disrespectful to most, but I don't like it, but I can't control everybody. There's a lot of things in this world I don't like. So I can't go around, correcting everything I don't like. But
yeah,
I mean, what he's saying, like literally, and in Leighton's terms, you just got to think about it like this. If you don't like it here, where else could you go that you may like it?
Okay.
There's no other place in the world that you're going to actually get the same rights, the same shit all around. You're going to go to another country and think you don't have freedom of speech at the other country. You can't speak out against the government. You can't do that, so I'm saying, like, be careful what you wish for, because I don't know. And plus it's like, how many people are just trying to get by without seeing all this shit or without counting on all this shit? There's a lot of people that really aren't really thinking about it. They're just thinking about straight facts. And yeah, I don't know. But it's definitely a conversation starter, man.
I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't black or white, it's conflict designed by the system. I don't need your pronouns, all I see is men and women. Kids are taking pills for fun while people can't afford prescriptions. If you don't like it, go. Hate it, then don't call it home. We don't need no violence, got no time for all you radicals. Screw your status quo, we're not animals. I won't kneel for the anthem, cause the flag is what I'm standing for. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you back your bags. America, you can hate the government and still love the country. The fundamental values of America are concrete. Republicans and liberals are dumb, to put it bluntly. They're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption. You can
I like that bar right there. You can hate the leadership or the legal side, the politics side of it.
You can love your country.
And love. Yeah. I like that. And that, I think that's where a lot of people at. I hate that everything got to be Republican and Democrat, because it's not that way. It's all about the agenda. What's your agenda? Who has promised you more? Who has convinced you more that they're going to do more for you and your family? Is it the Democrats? Is it the Republicans? So when that politic conversation comes up, I just encourage people to do their research and see what works best for them. It's okay to vote across the board for Democrats and Republicans, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's your choice. That's your vote. But you shouldn't criticize anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's like someone saying, my favorite color is red, and someone criticizing them for it. And saying, you're racist because you like red. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you got to look at the character of the person, see how they react in different circles. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can look at. You shouldn't look at just because you vote this way. And I like what he says, man. Like you said, you can love your country. He get what's
going on. Yeah, he get what's going on. That's why he said he saved that to deliver towards the end, because he understand that. He understand that things going on up here, right? And it affects people down here. And they think it's all political, but sometimes it's not political.
No, a lot of times it isn't, man. And right now, I mean, I think in most cases now, it's all about classism. It's not about race. It's about class. If you have the green to make it or make me green, I'm going to fuck with you. If not, then whatever.
Basically.
And
you
today's motto in the generation is chase the bag. You got to catch the bag. Well, that means everybody has a price. That means you can be bought for, and you could, you give away your dignity at that point when you're doing something that you may not do just for the bag. So I'm saying we've moved way too materialistic. Sad. It's sad, man.
Yeah.
And liberals are dumb, to put it bluntly. They're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption. You can know the history and still be proud of where you're from. Every flag around the world is covered in a little blood. We started out United States, divided is what we've become.
And that's another thing too, man. What country hasn't been started with a little blood? Like, you can't go back and say, well, this is whatever, because how many times has land been transferred between? I mean, look at the Native American tribes. You want to say you give this land back to them. Well, which tribe? Because before that, it was owned by this tribe, and then this tribe conquered this tribe, and it just keeps going on. So where are you going to, where are you going to draw that line? Let's be happy with what we have now. We're all able to be free. We're a lot better than other countries. I mean, people have freedom here. You have clothes that you can wear. A lot of countries, they're wearing secondhand clothes. You're wearing tattered clothes. Like, you're really working. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I think a lot of
we're fortunate. I think our country is really fortunate. I will say that, yeah.
And that's why I kind of think maybe some of these people should, if they really have this disheartening towards America, I think maybe they should go witness it in another country and see what rights they can expand over there, because they're not getting any rights over there compared to over here. You know what I mean? Just get a taste of it, because it's not what motherfuckers are thinking it is, man. You get what you put in, man. And if you're good, you're good. If you can't just stay around on the sideline all day, and then when everybody else is winning, now you're like, oh, it's unfair, I will start. No, like, motherfucker, you haven't done anything to progress yourself.
So check this out. Specifically speaking on what you said, you get what you put in, right?
Yep.
I heard this on the radio the other day. They used the NFL as an example. They said, how can it be, 80%, African Americans? And as you look up the ladder, you see a few black coaches, but you see no black owners. You see no Hispanic owners. You see no, women owners or whatever. I forget what the argument said exactly. But if you get what you put in, why is it that as far as the leadership goes up the scale, that you don't see as many diverse people as you do Caucasian people, white people, and you rarely see any women as you're going up there. So I understand what this guy's saying, but I think people are putting in, what they could, what they should, and I honestly don't think it's paying off the way that they expect it to.
Well, I mean, nothing's perfect, but on the thing, I don't think there are a lot of people. I think a lot more people are looking for the fame of being like an athlete rather than being a head coach. I think. You think so, Zo? No, I mean, I think after you've played in the game, you may have ambitions to become a coach after that. But I mean, I don't know. It could be, or it may not be. But I just feel like, man, I feel like it's so weird, because it's like growing up, like I really never had any representation in anything. I mean, I'm Mexican. So like growing up, it was just, like I was known for just being a hard worker. Like that was literally what it was. Like that was my stigmatism on from everybody else on me. And it's like, it never hurt me not to see any representation of me there, because I always see people like men. If I see a man in that position, that could be me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to see, a Mexican man that looks like me. I should be that person to just see there's a man in that position, and that could be me. He doesn't have to fall under.
Some people see that. Some people do see that. It's hard not to see it when it's just blatantly in your face. I've been to training before where I was the youngest person there, the only person of color there. And I'm not racist. I love all people. Only people I'm racist against is it's a joke, but people on the green, the people on money, the presidents on money, they're presidents, right?
The money team.
But it's hard not to see that when I'm here doing my training. I look around and it don't have to be a racist thing. It's just something that's been observed. And I think that's why this whole discussion came up in the NFL specifically when they said they don't have black or minority ownership. So
yeah,
I want to check this out though.
And I mean, because you brought up the NFL again, and I'm not at all the biggest Colin Kaepernick fan at all. I think that it was crazy how he fought so hard to get in the NFL, and then when he didn't, he came out with that thing on Netflix talking about the concubine was like slavery. It's like, man, no, like, well, if it was, then why were you fighting so hard to get back in? You know what I mean?
I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah. They had the concubine, and they were talking about how they like see their span and their strength and how fast they are. And it's like, that's just regular football shit. Like that's okay. They want to make sure they're getting the money's worth, but you know, and yeah, it's just it's crazy how it is, but it's like I think with the mentality of today's generation of younger kids, and I'm not saying it's all 100%, but I think the most part, they look to become like influencers and athletes, and then they want to be a rapper or in music somehow. You know what I mean? And I don't think that like, I mean, like, look at how we were growing up. Like, it was kind of like looked down upon if you were getting good grades, basically. You know what I'm saying? You were like, you were a nerd, or you weren't in the in crowd, you know, to a certain point.
That's
so
crazy.
It's like we glorify the wrong things. And absolutely. I think that's affecting the generations below us. And that may be why we don't see people like us in other facets of work, because we are glorifying something else. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, I see what you're saying, but I think it's more of a societal thing and just fucking people.
If home is where the heart is, you should show America some love. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you can say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America.
Man. Shout out to Nova Rockefeller for that video. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Interesting video. I never seen it before, but I know who he is. I'm familiar with some of his catalog. Good artist. Mm-hmm. Very opinionated. Said a lot of stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, but I find myself trying to understand where everybody's coming from, and just I guess you'd say I'm optimistic. You know, I hope that things work out for the best for everybody. Yeah. A lot of changes need to start with people obviously being educated, right? I don't think a lot of people educated and I think they just hear one thing, one place, and just run with it versus doing some research and finding out what's going on where. And a perfect example is police officers. They want police officers to be residents or have lived in the community that they serve, so they have better ties with the members versus just hiring a cop from, I don't know, Anoka and expecting him to just patrol the city, the streets in North Minneapolis and understand the people and what goes on there. That's highly unlikely.
I was gonna say, let me ask you a question about that. Do you think that should be, or do you think it shouldn't be? Do you think police should be in the communities that they surveil?
I think they should. Yes and no. I think they should spend some time there and get acclimated with being there versus just being thrown there. Like fresh out of the academy, okay, here's your beat, and you don't know shit about your beat. That's what I believe. I don't think it will make a difference. If I'm from North Minneapolis and I want to be a cop there and I know the city and I spent my time there, I know some of the residents, that's great for me. That's good. That's great. I can do my job. I understand the people. I understand the structure. I understand it more than somebody who's not. So not necessarily, be from there, but I think they should spend some time there, X amount of time. And, I don't know, maybe take a test or something and figure out if there's something that's going to work well with them.
See, now what I was going to say as a counterpoint to it is, I mean, from my understanding was they want people to be like living in the community, like, right? or well, so to speak.
Not necessarily.
Even if
Not
that,
necessarily. No.
even if that wasn't the case, you gotta think about the retaliation that could come from that. Especially if you know the cop is in the neighborhood or in the vicinity area. I mean, he could have a lot of backlash just for making a petty stop. Somebody could get at his family. There's a lot of things that go into it. It's not perfect. I get it. And I think they should be more familiar with the area that they're surveilling, but I don't think that's a complete fix. I don't think that it would be
fix either. I don't think that's a complete fix either. I think that's a start to a change. I think that's a good place to start. Is training them in that aspect and holding them accountable for, I don't know, whatever the situation may be, because you do things differently depending on where you are. And I think that's a fact too. I've been pulled over in Minneapolis before, and I'm from there, born and raised. I didn't have my car searched. I didn't been searched. I got 2 car seats in the back of my car. I'm not a criminal. I got license and insurance. And then I've been pulled over in Bloomington. Recently, I got pulled over in Bloomington, right? Speeding, which I don't even think I was speeding, right? Showed them my license, showed them my insurance on my phone, went to the car, must have just checked everything, came right back, told me to slow it down, let me go. If I was in Minneapolis off 94, exiting off Darling or something, I honestly don't think things would have played out that way. I think they played out because where I was at.
I don't know, man. I used to live in Bloomington. It's crazy out there too.
I honestly believe that.
But I mean, and that's the whole thing is, yes, you do have people that do have prejudices. There are people, you're never going to be able to stop all of that. The whole thing is we need to be more familiar as a people. We need to stop drawing the lines in between the people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in America that's legal in America is American. We're that's all true. American. None of us have any dividers. I mean, the only difference between me and you is our family and our culture. That's it. Like
that's true.
But we're still American.
You and I got a lot in common. Yeah. As far as the video go, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I like what he's saying. I disagree with some stuff. This is somebody I want to sit down and talk to. If he wrote a book or something, or had an interview on CNN or 60 Minutes or some shit, man, that'd be iconic.
He won't be on CNN, man. He ain't gonna be on CNN. You gotta stop watching CNN.
I'm just saying, if he was on a platform, right?
Yeah. He's been on. I think I've seen him on Glenn Beck before. Okay. He's did shit with B Tatum.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he had an interview with B Tatum. Look that up.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. No, definitely. Yeah, I mean, thumbs up. I love the song. I'm a big Tom Macdonald fan. I do kind of believe in what he's saying because it's kind of like don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, man. We're all here. We all have the American privilege. We all have an American privilege, and we just need to get to unite a little bit more, man. Get to know each other a little bit better, and stop letting the media and the government divide us. Stop letting the narrative divide us. Don't feed into it. That's all I'm saying, man. It's like we're all Americans. We all have the same rights. And yeah, I mean, it has to do with your day to day, saying how you act, your character. But I mean, ultimately, there's always going to be mistakes. I've been pulled over for stupid shit. I've been pulled over, got the car took off, and I went to jail. You know what I'm saying? But and that's the whole thing is there's stupid shit that happens everywhere. But you know what I'm saying? You can't let that fall on. You can't let it fall into a blanket statement. And that's where it's going. It's making, you know what I'm saying? Right now it's looking like, oh, if you're Republican, you're racist. If you're this, you're that. If you're liberal, you're just a dumbass. And it's like, although I kind of agree with the liberal because it's been way too weird now for me, but I just feel like we've shifted so far from reality now. It's almost like they're using everything that we've argued against us. That I mean, it's their plan is unfolding right now, man, and nobody seems to notice because a lot of people are by the smoke and mirrors. A lot of people fall into the narrative and then they just go off of their own tangent, you know what I'm saying, and then do what they believe, and now everything is hurting them, everything is oppressing people, and it's like, Like, let's just get back to reality.
Yeah,
For a certain point.
I think people misinformed though. They don't take the time to read that book, to read that whole article. They might just see the headline or see one thing. Somebody might whisper something in your ear like this, and they just run with it. I don't think they're informed enough. Not that I'm the most well-informed person, but you and I talk. We have conversations about current events and shit that's going on, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I work with 360-year-old plus people. I'm talking to them. You know what I mean? I'm talking to a 50-year-old person. I'm talking to a 30-year-old person. Everybody got a different perspective. And I like this video too, because this is what people need to hear. He got 10 different damn points in a video that could be discussed. And you and I might not agree on it, but it's at least as a perspective, gives us something to think about and try to at least decide, like, and just see how shit is and where shit's going. We both got kids. We want the best for our kids, right?
Exactly.
We both young men, right? We in society. We got to do what's right. We got to take care of the women that we with, take care of our children. We got to make a name for ourselves. We got to, you see what I'm saying? No, everybody got to just do the right thing, man. Really.
No, I do. Yeah, it definitely is that, man. And I mean, you said it all. You said a mouthful there, man, because yeah, we do. We have to be, and even that with that, like we get more familiarized with each other, man. Like,
true.
Me and you, we have a lot of shit in common. And there's probably a lot of shit that we don't agree on, but we still have that middle ground. And all I'm saying is we all need to be on that same middle ground. We cannot like let the shit divide us. And that's why I always get. That's why I always get like not peeved when people are like, well, black people do this and white people do that, and it's like, man, like we're all the same fucking people, man. Like you can't let that shit divide us, because that's what the government is doing that for. Because together we're strong enough to take over. The government should be working for us, but if we're divided by all this petty shit, I mean, the world's never going to be perfect. You're always going to be, someone's always going to feel like they're being shitted on, or they're not being listened to. They're always feeling forgotten. The best thing to do is to listen to them, but we're not supposed to be bending shit. We're not supposed to, like, we're bending too much shit now. We're like, they're trying to make women not even women anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
it's crazy, man. I'm from here. Like I said, I love my country. You see that right there?
Yeah.
That's my dad's flag. He a veteran, man. He rest in peace.
Man,
love my country. He did too. That's why he served, right?
Yeah, man. I love Muhammad, man. Muhammad was cool.
Yeah, man. May rest in peace, man.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Patriotic.
Yeah, and that's really what it is, man. And when you think about that too, is everybody has to think about, almost everybody has family that's fought in the war. So when you're going against them, you're slapping them in the face for what they may have lost their life for. I mean, they lost their life so we can have that freedom. Yeah,
pause. I think that's what he was trying to say as far as the disrespect go, because I think in most people's mind, if you disrespect the flag, is directly related to the military, because these are people who fight for our freedoms, right? So when you kneel while they playing the national anthem, it's like, wait, I'm a veteran. I served. I'm in the Army. I'm in the Navy. That's disrespectful.
Yeah. And see, and that's what it is too, is because like a lot of people that even fought that war, they may not like that, but they're like, I fought for your right to do that. So that's where you get a lot of people that say, I don't find it disrespectful, or may some people say, I do find it respectful, but are disrespectful, but that's the right I fought for them to have. I mean, it's crazy, man. It goes both ways, but literally, I mean, just show some respect for the people who made our lives easy enough to be complaining about this stuff in today's day.
Okay.
You know, so
nice.
I mean, I don't know, man. Thumbs up, Tom Macdonald. I can't wait to get my album. I just ordered the package. The Brave, got my shit coming on the 4th. We're gonna have to do a unboxing or something, but
yeah, man.
But yeah, no, definitely thumbs up. I love the conversation, man. Love having this shit that we just, I mean, he sparks conversation with almost every song he has, man. Everything has a message, and it's positive. Yep. It's not too bad, man.
No doubt.
If you're offended, you're probably a snowflake, so I don't know. But with that being said, if you guys like this reaction, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every time I drop content, you will be notified. let me know how y'all like Aviono on the panel. He's very informative. He asks questions and he's always willing to understand.
Oh yeah.
Any last words you want to go before we
I encourage people to read more, to talk to each other more, stop texting all the time, pick up the phone and call people, see people. It's okay to watch the news, do some research for yourself, figure out what's what. Right? Appreciate where you're from and what you have. Okay, I'm from here. I've never lived in another country, so I don't know what it takes to be there. I don't know the things that they have, the amenities, right? But I appreciate everything I have here, and I'm going to continue to work as a young individual, almost married man, and I'm going to continue to strive to be great and learn more and do more and make a part in society and for myself. And I'm a resource. Zoe connects me for any damn thing, and I feel like I connect him for any damn thing. Yep. I think that's what it should be. And he mentioned this. He and I don't agree on everything. We very good friends, have been for 2001 or 2 or something like that.
It's a long time, man.
But we mature enough to have these conversations and simply understand each other and still shake hands or hug and walk away and hold our own beliefs, right? Without disagreeing or it becoming confrontational, right?
Definitely.
So just everybody be cool, peace and love. I wish y'all the best and I'll see y'all soon.
All right, y'all. Till next time.